the Clerkenwell and Farringdon area, we've been working to improve walking and cycling. During the pandemic, we made changes to make it safer to cycle on Grazing Road, while more recently, we also consulted on closing Leather Lane at the junction with Clerkenwell Road to provide a safer, more enjoyable area around the vibrant Leather Lane market. Together with Islington Council, it's our ambition to make changes across the Clerkenwell Road and Old Street area, one of the busiest cycling routes here in London. We have plans to make it even easier, safer and more enjoyable to walk, cycle and travel around here. We propose to split the improvements into 2 phases. Here in Camden, we'll lead on Phase 1, between the junction with Grazing Road and Theobalds Road, and the junction with Herbal Hill and Saffron Hill. Phase 2 will be developed by Islington Council, with a consultation in the future. Our proposals for Phase 1 include improving pedestrian and cycling facilities, as well as changes to bus stops, parking and loading in the area. Let's take a closer look at what we're suggesting. Here on Theobalds Road, we're proposing to permanently close King's Mews here at the junction. We also want to add a new continuous pavement which highlights the priority of pedestrians. We also want to add a timed loading bay to make servicing easier for local businesses. Further along, at the junction of Theobalds Road, Grazing Road and Clerkenwell Road, we want to improve the area for pedestrians and make it safer and easier to cycle. Whether you're cycling east or west, you'd be separated from traffic in new protected cycle lanes. Bikes would also have their own traffic signals and get a green light when the rest of the traffic is still on red. Here on Grazing Road, whether you are cycling north or south, when the traffic is on red, bikes will be given a green light to enter a safe space separated from traffic called a cycle reservoir. To do this, we're proposing to switch the direction of traffic on Mount Pleasant between Grazing Road and Lacehill Street, making Mount Pleasant entry only from Grazing Road. Feedback from businesses is important to us too, so we're also proposing a new timed loading bay on Grazing Road to help service the shops in the area. Here at the junction of Clerkenwell Road and Rosebery Avenue, if you're cycling, you'd again be safely separated from traffic. On Clerkenwell Road, like at the previous junction, bikes will be given their own green light to be able to go first, while the rest of the traffic stays on red. On Rosebery Avenue, we're proposing a cycle reservoir, similar to Grazing Road, where bikes will be given a green light to move into this safe space, separated from traffic. Across both junctions, we're proposing to widen the pavements so it's a shorter distance to cross the road. We're also looking to remove the existing pedestrian island and change the crossing on Rosebery Avenue to a single straight crossing, making it simpler for you to get across the road and not get stuck between the traffic. After the junctions, we're proposing new step-separated cycle lanes in each direction on Clerkenwell Road. Outside Cavendish Mansions, we're looking to introduce a large 30-metre 24/7 loading bay, allowing shops and homes in the area to be easily serviced. The zebra crossing by Lacehill Street would be upgraded to allow anyone cycling to cross the road safely. We're proposing to move the bus stops in this section further east along Clerkenwell Road. Planted areas would also be introduced to improve the biodiversity of the area and soak up rainwater, as well as cycle stands to increase the amount of cycle storage. Depending on the outcome of our recent public consultation on closing Leather Lane, we'd like to improve the area and the junction to make it more welcoming for people to visit the local attractions, including Leather Lane Market, while keeping direct emergency access to Leather Lane. We'd also like to add a zebra crossing by Leather Lane, which you could also use if you were cycling. To improve the general look and feel of the area, we declutter, taking away unnecessary street structures, making it more enjoyable to spend time here. We're also proposing benches so you could stop, rest and enjoy the space. We also want to make changes to bus stops. If you're travelling west, we're proposing to merge 2 bus stops into one near Leather Lane. This new location will provide better access for bus passengers to the market and Hatton Gardens. We're also suggesting new bus stop bypasses in both directions. These kinds of bus stops mean if you were cycling, you could cycle safely past waiting buses. New, safe crossing points would be provided over the cycle track so bus passengers can safely get to or from the bus stop. As part of the introduction of the eastbound bus stop bypass, we're also proposing to close the junction of Backhill and Clerkenwell Road. To do this, we'd open up the junction of Backhill and Warner Street to allow vehicles to enter this way. We're also proposing changes to parking and loading around Backhill, Summer Street and Eyre Street Hill. Further details of these changes and all the proposals can be found on the consultation website. The cycle lanes will continue to the next junction of Clerkenwell Road, Saffron Hill and Herbal Hill. Here we're suggesting a two-stage right turn, so if you're cycling west you can turn right safe from traffic to access Cycleway 6 on Herbal Hill. We're also proposing step-separated cycle lane travelling west on Clerkenwell Road between the junction with Saffron Hill and Herbal Hill and the junction with Farringdon Road. Changes to the east of this junction will be part of the second phase of the project. Islington Council are developing their plans and will consult on them in the future. We'd really like your views on all the changes we're suggesting. To give us your feedback and to find out more, visit camden.gov.uk/Clerkenwell Road or call us on 0207 974 4444.